labeled the prodigy, others called her a genius. It was amazing the way she played the violin. It made it hard for people to believe that she was only 10. But behind every brilliant mind there lies a monster. This one just so happened to be her father. So that in the 60s he hit a rush by playing touchy-touchy, telling her to keep it hush. This was his secret way of love, and that he needed someone he could trust. Fucked her head up, saying if mama was alive she'd be some proud of us. So she hid her desire to die, but if you pay close attention you can see the sorrow in her eyes. Walking around in the only real hell, no one would ever think she'd have such a story to tell. Afraid to go home, afraid to talk, afraid to cry. She was too young to even know why. And every day she goes to the river with a message in a bottle saying, please God help me, I don't wanna live to see tomorrow. She's trying for a tiny shred of hope, just to wish the bottle would stay afloat. But every single solitary day the bottle seems to sing.
Oh yeah, that's the sound going down. That means that I am live, and I am here for the Hookah time with mcDuffs. And let me fix this because now it is probably blowing your speakers, and I apologize for that. My mic seems to reset itself every time I go live. So anyways, got that reset, got that going down. Thanks everybody for joining me, and thanks for enjoying the music while we waited to get going here. Let's go ahead and go to the face. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining me here at Imbalance.tv. And that was probably a good plan there, fellas. If you didn't, if you had the hindsight to do so, great job. Anyways, so gonna go ahead and start this off and introduce my the band in question here, or the group that I'm going to be supporting this week and talking about. Let's go ahead and get that going. And it's going to be Sapient here. He has his new album called Barrels for Feathers. I just wanted to play it for you guys while we did some talking and while we hung out and while I load this hookah bowl. And we'll play some music videos from him later on today, and it should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and get that going. Listen to that. And yeah, guys, don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Right over there you can see the link for the Facebook. And I've got albums of Sapient to actually give away today, full length albums of this album right here. Now, to start us off with, what do we got to smoke today? It looks like the Tropical Punch is the one of the day because I was not able to go to the store and get a little bit more. But so Tropical Punch by Fumari, it's very nice. And if you don't know Fumari, I'll go ahead and let you take a look at that package. Let me kind of fix the light here. Sorry about that, guys. And you can read a little bit about the package there. And it's got pineapple in it. It's also got some pear. It tastes like there's a little bit of apple, of course. Then we got to get our awesome tongs out here and get ready to load this hookah bowl. Now, just to walk you through the gear that I got going on here for my hookah, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Gonna move this on over and go over my hookah. You guys can see I have it's called a vortex bowl. Right there, you can see that there is the raised middle and the different air ports that creates better flow, and it doesn't give you as much suck through with shisha and as much tar in your in your bowl. Well, not really tar, but more like resin, tobacco resin. And this is the base, and we go down to the base, and then we see the hose. And I'll go ahead and show the hose at the moment as I get tangled up in some cords. Sorry about that, guys. Hope I'm not making you all sick. And let's see. Boom, boom. Get that set. Get that going. Come on, let's get real here. What's wrong? This is in the same place it was before. This is not going well. That's the problem. The new setup I have is a little janky. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this foil on and get the hookah lit. I'm going to stop fucking with the camera here. Let's get this going. In these times of war, I'm a rising sword to new And I'll turn the music up while I get this going.
You've got nothing to lose, then your life's a bore. I've got plenty to lose, so I'm bending the rules, yeah. In these times of war, while you ride your horse, I'ma fly, bird's eye the course. So you wondering what I'm smiling for? Free hands while I carry my weapon.
Now, I just go all gung-ho on it and use my actual fingers while I'm doing it. I wouldn't recommend doing it. It's really not the best. It's kind of messy, and it gets annoying at times, and I have the tongs out for a reason, but it's 420. I'm bound to make mistakes. Now, when loading your hookah bowl, you do want to make sure that you don't overload it. Now, overloading a hookah bowl can cause some problems and cause burnt tobacco and terrible tasting smoke. Overloading it is definitely a bad thing to do here in this, when you're smoking hookah anyway. And that's just a little bit of tips right there. Let me go ahead and grab a paper towel and clean my hand off here. Use gloves in lab, huh? Yeah. Well, hey, actually, let me go ahead and add the chat to the live stream. I don't know why I didn't add that before. So we can see what everybody's saying, and everybody who's watching can join in on the chat. 2 seconds, guys. This is my first show, so it is a little bit janky. I will agree with you there. Nope, wrong window. Oh, that works. Alright, so we got the chat right there as well. And I'll go ahead and evolve this as we go through. Now, there's a little bit of trickiness with using foil too. With the foil, you will want to use the heavy wrap, the heavy duty foil, because heavy duty foil is the best to use. It's the thickest, and it doesn't it lets you control the heat a little bit better, and you can use it a little bit better. I usually stretch the foil out, get it all nice and straight, and make sure I center it right on top of the hookah right there. And now I'm going to actually go ahead and pull off my bowl here and show you, because using with this kind of bowl, this is the vortex bowl, and using this type of bowl, you will you do need to go in a circular pattern, but you know what, you can do the same thing on any other bowls. If I had one right next to me, I would grab it, but you just go in a circular pattern and work from the inside. And you don't need to go in this bowl you don't need to go in the middle, but you should poke some in the middle if you've got a bigger bowl, and that one that's not a vortex bowl. Most bowls are more wide and shallow, so you want to make sure to keep the shisha down, and make sure you are definitely underneath the foil, and that the foil will not just randomly come up. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and poke a few more holes here. And let's get this bitch lit right here, right now. Some hookah stuff. But lighting the coals. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, I should probably show you on the camera, right? So this is a little bit of the hole pattern that I usually poke on most of the bowls that I smoke off of this vortex. And this whole hookah is a Maya hookah. And Maya is a great company that makes some good product. I'll tell you, I've had this hookah, this one especially. I have like 2 or 3 hookahs. I've had this one especially for about a year and a half now, and it's wonderful. And as long as you keep your hookahs clean and you keep them good to go, and you'll be able to use a hookah that you pay for $200 on the market. You'll be able to use that for 2 years. Now you're probably asking yourself, why the hell am I breaking my coals? I mean, what the hell's the point of that? Well, I like to break my coals so that I can separate them on the hookah bowl. By separating them on the hookah bowl, it can give you a little bit more control of where the burn's going and where the shisha that you're trying to cook is going down. So now, you usually want to use tongs, so I'll go ahead and I'll use the tongs for this one. I am balls to the wall when it comes to hookah. I'll go right into it, and you'll probably see me on the cast loading hookah bowls, breaking coals, and lighting the coal with my hand, just because I'm such a hookah gosu here that I don't care about the burn. But anyways, so we light the coal, and these are instant light coals, and they are actually golden coals. They say it right on the bag. I recommend using golden coals over any other instant light coal. They're clean burning, they're efficient, and they work very well. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and watch as this instant light coal finishes up. Now, to be honest, I do like the natural coals, the natural wood coals. The natural wood coals are very, very awesome, as they, definitely make it to where, the hookah tastes a lot better and everything like that. You can actually go out and camp, and while you're camping, so when you're out camping anyway, you can go, with your fire. You've got the embers in the bottom of the fire. You can reach down in the fire pit with some long tongs or something. Make sure you're safe, of course, wearing gloves or whatever. And then you can just pick up one of those coals at the bottom of your fire and place it right on top of your hookah and start hitting it. And it's great, and it tastes nothing like the wood. You only taste the shisha when it's actual natural coal. With instant light coals, just because of the process and the way they're made, there's a little bit of an aftertaste that there can be. So how does this differ from just regular smoking? Well, I've done some tests. I've been smoking hookah for about 3 years now, and I've done the tests about it. And with smoking tobacco with smoking a cigarette or whatever, there's a lot of preservatives and a lot of additives to the tobacco that's there, and they actually use the stronger tobacco leaves. The shisha is actually made out of is made out of different leaves that aren't used in the cigarette, and the shisha sits in molasses for months and months, and as it sits in the molasses, it gains, the molasses is flavored for certain flavorings, and that's why you get this different, the different flavors like tropical punch and everything like that from the different companies. It all just depends on how they curate it and how they use it in the molasses. Now, when it comes to like tar and like smoking, like talking about like tar and I know, of course, smoking is unhealthy. Yes, we all know that. But the fact of the matter is humans, we like to smoke and we get addicted to things, and when we do, I just like hookah. It's really nice, and it's a smooth, it's a really smooth to pull through, and it just makes for a great social smoking ability instead of sitting around with a cigarette that stinks and stuff like that. And the tar, you don't get any tar intake from hookah. You can do the paper towel test where you take a cigarette, you light it, you take a hit of the cigarette, and you blow it through the tar, and you'll see a ring, or through a paper towel, and you'll see a ring of tar. With hookah, you only see a ring of like water, because it's mainly water vapor and smoke, because the water runs through the base and hits the base, runs through the neck, and hits the base, goes through the water, cools it down, and creates a nice, clear smoking environment, and it definitely helps. And it's definitely nice. So now that this is all lit, you can see the coals have finished lighting. They're all ready to go, and it is very cool. And if you go to hookahshisha.com, hookah-shisha, I'll put the link right here in the chat. So if you go to hookahshisha.com, you'll be able to see different hookahs and stuff, and that's the company that I usually use to buy my online shisha. I'm going to back up and sit right next to the hookah so you can get a good shot of this right here. But anyways, so